This is Zachary Jennings, leader and founder of the Storm Hunters. This is a storm from April 3rd, 2014. This is a moderate risk at the time, but actually slight risk was eventually changed back into. So this is pretty much this. So right here in this video right now, you can see where we're watching this storm as it moves just to our west, moving northeast, more northeast. You see, as it keeps on going, we'll start watching as these. I can't really keep the camera straight. At this point, I was trying to see these funnels that they were seen right before I got out there. I was watching radar, so this is why I came out there and just now started seeing this. This is my first view. See, right there, pretty much right next to the right of that tree, you can see that funnel. Yeah, there's more, and there's actually some more to the left here in a minute. You'll see. So I mean, that was pretty good. I know as it started ramping up, really. See, there it is again right there. So I mean, this one I kind of run up there to get a better look, kind of get past that sign as well. This one I started kind of panning it more to the left as well, trying to see this funnels. Look like a funnel and wall cloud over there too as well. See some lowering over there. So that's when we really started kind of keeping an eye on everything. But things really started ramping up as this stuff head on. I know we pretty much kept on the camera, really ramped up right through there. So it was pretty good though, right at that moment. See, there's a really good look at funnels, especially the one on the right. Just run back up there as well. I mean, these storms really, they start rotating pretty quickly. I mean, there's another good look right there. So there's another really good look at both funnels, one to the left and one to the right. Of course, by this point we've already made one of our first call-ins. I know, so we had that going. I mean, these storms really started ramping up. I mean, right after this we have some more coming in from the south. I mean, we literally had about 4 to 5 supercells literally passed just to our west. Until the final one finally came through and started turning toward the east more. That's when it started kind of coming toward us. That's when we had to leave and go back into western Kentucky, northwestern Kentucky. So there's another good look at the funnels. At this point, another really good look right there. Those lightning flashes really helped out a lot because they're pretty frequent, that which really helped. So that was pretty good for that reason. Now right there you can see, looks to be another funnel right through there coming through. As soon as that semi kind of passed, the semi kind of blocked it a little bit. You can definitely see it. That was kind of more of a front light structure, so you couldn't really see. I'll go over that way. That well. So I should have put this on a tripod, but we were just kind of trying to get as much film as we could real quick while we had the chance. So that's why I was kind of shaky at times. that's when it starts to get kind of blurry. The camera really acted up a lot as well with because seemed like it really. Of course, there's sprinkling of some, so as well as some of these little showers ahead of the line, ahead of the supercells would kind of spit off and start causing rain. I know they would sometimes get on the camera, and also of course, you know, autofocus on the cameras also don't help as well. So when it's at nighttime, especially. I believe that light right there was also knocked out by lightning, just from the flash itself, not because it was hit or anything. Due to the fact that they turn on when it's they turn off during daylight hours and stuff. So I think the lightning was bright enough to turn it off, and because it turns right back on here. And actually, right down there, we actually drive down that way, and all of them turn off when a big flash of lightning from the west happens. So at this point, we stopped recording for a few minutes, or not very long at all, really. And I ran in to look at radar and stuff. So I came back out, and this is when I started filming. Here in a minute, you're gonna see something that looks like a massive tornado. There's actually a tree in the way. If you look closely, you see the tree right there. It's right there, kind of along that little line of grass right there. It blocked. There is something big behind it, but it blocked. And you see right there, it kind of blocked what we couldn't really see because of that reason. So who knows what that was? Because it actually wasn't really lightning much afterwards, so that didn't really help us out that way. But I mean, once I actually slowed it down, at first I thought it was too, but once I finally kind of looked close, I saw that tree up there. Then I realized, crap, I can't really tell because it's blocking. And then of course, it would not lightning for anything. It seemed like after that, of course, after it started pushing by the tree, so we couldn't really see what happened. That was really the best view of that we got, really. Who knows if it was on the ground, who knows how big it was. It looked pretty big. So I mean, that's why, we started getting really, especially when it stopped lightning, we kind of were wondering what was really behind that tree and stuff, because we all saw it and stuff, and we was like, once we saw it, we kind of like, holy cow. So this one I accidentally wasn't paying attention to the camera. I was paying more attention toward, I'm gonna hand it over here in a minute at this point. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit right here because this one I kind of quit videotaping as much. So from this point, this is when I was kind of fighting the camera really because it was getting water on in the lens in no area, so it's kind of fogging up really bad. And because it was raining, started raining again, one of those spit off showers happened again. So I was trying to get it to focus back in. You'll see in a minute where I have a lot of problems with that because we actually, I finally got it fixed right here and had a good view. But actually it does it again because we actually head up the road here in just a few minutes. You'll see where I'll turn around. Once I do that, I'll skip ahead, but this one we go up the road. We'll drive up the road a little bit to see if we can get a better view. This might be right now, actually. I can't tell if I'm got the sound on, so. Okay, I haven't left yet. This is pretty much when we're trying to see if it'll lightning one more time for us. And I think this is when we start thinking about going up ahead to see if we can get past some of those little trees like that and objects so we can see if we can get a better look, because that also had a better view to our southwest even more, where some more supercells were starting to come from. So here in a minute, I know it's kind of shaky right now because of the fact that I think I'm actually talking to them at this point in time. We're just trying to decide what we're going to do. So that's pretty much the end of that video for the time being. I'll skip ahead a little bit more. So we kind of stopped there for a few minutes, I believe, because we're all communicating and looking at radar and just trying to decide exactly what we want to do, what our next move should be. So this is when I think we start to decide on that. That's when we decided to move. So this is when we're down the road. Of course, my camera messed up actually in the car, and it fogged up really bad. I guess the change in moisture and everything. So this one I finally got. I was able to get back in focus. It took me forever, but I was finally able to get it back in focus. And you see, just start noticing another lowering back there behind. This next supercell started pushing through. Which I don't believe we got much video because my camera actually messed up. Here in a minute. You'll notice that here in just a few minutes. My camera, I don't know if it got water somewhere or what. You start seeing another lowering back there, and here in just a few minutes, my camera must. I don't know if I guess it got some type of water back there. Of course, it was focusing, trying to autofocus a lot. See, definitely a wall cloud back there. Maybe a funnel. The tree kind of blocked it, so. Pretty large wall cloud back there for sure, though. Of course, at one point, one of the supercells actually now had a confirmed tornado on it just to our southwest. Actually, did have a TVS at 12 before it started pushing its way up here. I believe this. I'm not sure if this was the supercell or not that produced that TVS at 12 at one point on the radar and had a very strong couplet. So a lot of lightning once again, finally, which helped us out big time. So this is when my camera messed up right here. You'll start hearing it. It'll make a weird noise. Well, you actually don't have the audio on, but that's what it started making a weird noise. But pretty much from then on is when everything started getting going. So at this point, this is when we realized the supercell was literally coming right toward us then, and rotating at the same time. So I mean, we really had to get out of there now. So we took off and headed back across into northern western Kentucky. Yeah, it was well, we saw we was actually down the road at the time right after the first camera messed up. Look, we had another one with us, but this camera filmed pretty much that as we started heading on back down the road toward northern western Kentucky across the bridge. So this is pretty much that what we saw here in a minute. So I'll sped it up here because nothing really interesting happened except for we were just pretty much trying to get down the road here. And I pretty much just we really just trying to get out of the way of that storm. Yeah, the supercell, they were finally starting to turn more east at this point, so that's when we knew we needed to get further east anyways to get in position. So so here at this point we're starting to pull onto the bridge here. In just a few minutes, I know it's coming up. Should be right there. Yeah, here's the bridge, I believe. Yeah. So pretty much we start driving down the bridge. This is the cross back into northwestern Kentucky from southern Illinois, and I know it's coming up in just a second. You'll really see it off. Yeah, this is a big flash right there. That actually hit the water just to our left, and threw some sparks up in the air. So I mean, I know I didn't get to see that area, but everybody in the car, and actually our follow vehicle and everybody else saw it, and I just saw the strike itself because I was looking more. I was trying to watch the road pretty well. It was a really skinny bridge, so that's pretty much what happened there. So at this point, we pulled away from the storm pretty much entirely. I mean, that's when we started pulling. It wasn't near. It was getting near Morganfield, really. Yeah, this isn't too far after we crossed the bridge, but we started filming a little bit longer. Kind of got set up where we could see, and then just started talking about our next move. Really, pretty much this is just the video of that. Just kind of panning toward the west to see if we can see anything, and we get here in a minute. We'll start pushing back toward Morganfield. So we start pushing east more. So at this point, this is when we realize it's time to start pushing back more toward the east and start heading toward Morganfield pretty much. So this is when we finally make that decision to head on out, because the storm really starts ramping up. We actually start getting portal on right here. So this is when we start moving out. From this point, we started seeing another little lowering, actually just to our west, looking toward Harrisburg. After a while, we stopped again after we got ahead of the storm again, and sat there and watched it as another lowering began to happen. Really hard to tell though, because all those trees kind of in the way. Kind of back there, more toward Harrisburg though, after they went under a tornado warning. So that's just a video of that pretty much. You can see kind of right there in the center, it looks like another little lowering right there. Possibly a funnel, but that tree is it's really hard to tell because of that tree. From right here, you can see actually where you can definitely see a funnel right there, pretty much where that strike was. Definitely a little lowering right there. It's kind of hard to tell. I know when you freeze it though, sometimes it really helps. You can see it pretty well once you freeze it, but definitely something back there. So from this point, we were just sitting there waiting, and because we actually just before this, I know I accidentally pushed, instead of record, I guess I turned it off the recording, and we actually started seeing a wall cloud just to the west of Cordon once again as the storm started pushing by us. It looked like, I know we was trying to see if we could see it or not. That's pretty much what we were doing right here. We just pulled on the side of the road, see if we could see that area of rotation again or not. I know, and we was actually watching the storm as well. We actually realized this was actually the couplet on radar actually showed where this rotation was. It's pretty much right over Morganfield, which is where we're about to head to. So that's why we had to stop as well, so we wouldn't run right into it. So this is what we're trying to see as well right here. I know I've been reviewing this video a little bit, but right here you can see here in a minute there's a clear wall cloud just to the left. It may be in a little funnel right there. You'll see it in the lightning strike here in just a second. You'll keep on seeing it as well. So right there, boom, you see it right there on the left of the side of the camera. I mean, it's really clear. You keep on seeing it again here in a few minutes with all the lightning. See here, right there again, there's another view of it. Here in just a few minutes, I think we start pushing our way toward Morganfield to get kind of closer, keep on following from behind that storm though. So that's what we start doing here in just a second. At this point right there you can see the wall cloud visible with a pretty large funnel actually right there, and the lightning strike this is when we start trying to get pushed in position here to try to find a good spot. A lot of trees right through here. So this is what we're trying to find anywhere pretty much to pull over. You can't see between the trees right through there. Eventually found one here in a minute. That'll be the next. I think that's the next video pretty much when we find it finally. So from this point, we get overtaken by the rain, by the storm. Also, that was actually, it was kind of like at an angle really. Of course, after we saw the wall cloud, we started trying to get ahead of it, stuff, kind of get toward it and stuff. Then we finally got taken by the bottom part of the storm, and we got hit by pretty heavy rain and even a little bit of hail. The hail core actually just passed more to our south, so we only had maybe a few seconds of where it started throwing some pretty pea-sized hailstones or so. If we had hit head on by the hail core, I'm sure it probably been about quarter-sized hail or so. But looking at the hail core on this vertically integrated liquid showed it's pretty large hail and stuff. So but yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right at this moment and stuff. The wall cloud starts getting really hard to see because of the rain wise, and so yeah, that's pretty much. So we pretty much kind of sit there for a few minutes and just see if we can see anything, and then we eventually get ready to push forward, which we're about to do here in just a few minutes. Pretty much from this point on, we didn't really see that much at all. Really anything tornadic or anything. Some lightning really, and I mean that really started getting ahead of us. Finally, we were pretty much behind it for a while, and it lightning for a good while and stuff. But I mean, after a while, it really dissipated and stuff, and then we had the squall come through, and it really wasn't much the time we got to Davis County because we went all the way back to Davis County from this point on, really. And once we get back in Owensboro stuff, I mean, we kind of sat there and watched. It got about 20-mile-an-hour winds, a little lightning, and some rain and stuff, but nothing too big about it. But this storm was really spectacular, and how much rain we had, of course, with it. And I mean, the rain was just incredible how much we got. I mean, some areas saw 5-6 inches of rain, and including Davis County, we saw around 5 and 0. Evansville area had about, I think, 6.5 inches, I believe. Right, I think that's, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, this storm really had a ton of rain with it all together. I mean, because we had a small little line of storms come through that morning, which I kind of really helped out with keeping these storms not as severe as they kind of came into, western Kentucky areas and stuff. But sunshine, I know the sun kind of came out, looks like, in southern Illinois, where the clouds kind of broke apart, so that helped. That's why these storms were so ramped up pretty much in southern Illinois finally. That helped big time for it. And pretty much, though, we had that really, and multiple wall clouds, though, funnels, and multiple supercells we were on. So I mean, it was a really good day. Of course, right there, Matt's trying to see if he see any hail or anything on the ground, but because it did hail for a few minutes, like I said earlier. I mean, really nothing major from this point on, though. I mean, everything before this, though, was really all the big stuff we had, really. Pretty much the rest of the night, though, we try to stay between both lines and everything. The supercell in front of us and then the squall line behind us. And eventually, the supercell died out, and then the squall line even started dissipating as it came through as well. But, I mean, very awesome day, though, altogether, because of the fact that we had, all the supercells come through. I mean, we was in perfect position right there in Shawneetown, Illinois. And then ended up getting in great position just to the southwest of Morgantown, where we ended up seeing another wall cloud. So, I mean, altogether, we probably saw at least 5 supercells or so, 5 to 6 supercells, and all of them. We saw pretty much every single one of them were rotating. We saw all the circulations. So I mean, it was definitely a great night for chasing. We was pretty much right in the bullseye where we needed to be for all those supercells lined up perfectly for us, and just one heck of a day. So that's pretty much how April 3rd went for us. Day we'll probably never forget.